Little flick. Nicely done. We're going to chip it from here. Okay. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Guys, like I keep saying in the past, just because I am making the player review and I'm not constantly talking shit about the gameplay does not mean that the gameplay doesn't feel like absolute crap. Right now, just to do this objective, the gameplay was one of the worst to do it, and I assume that it's going to be the same as is now. No, I am not going to stop being annoying with the gameplay stuff. It is an absolute joke that EA provides us this gameplay constantly. I'm really pissed off right now because of how shit it was for me to get this card. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at Joe's card. 6'4", medium-low work rates, preferred foot on his left side, 4-star skill moves with a 4-star weak foot. So, very good bare minimums on the card in regards to making him very usable. He will mostly have Brazilian links. You could have some Japanese links here and there. You could put someone like Iniesta in the team if you have a bunch of Spanish players everywhere, or some other Japanese league players as well. With Joe's card, we are also looking at 80 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, great shooting abilities, decent passing abilities for a striker, but awful dribbling. So right off the bat with this card, you would have to slap an engine chemistry style on him because that balance is very, very poor. You do have to do that. I will slap that engine chemistry style instantly on him, and hopefully his reactions, ball control, dribbling, and 98 composure will compensate for the fact that his agility and balance is really low. Kind of like a Kolarov situation. So this guy by no means will be a responsive player in game, even with any chemistry style that you choose to give him. He has decent heading presence. The fact that he is 6'4" with 99 heading accuracy, he could win the ball in the air for you, although he doesn't have any jumping stats, and you'd probably wouldn't really give him the physical boost as well as the dribbling boost. Again, I do think the engine chemistry style is the one that makes the most sense so far. He does have 99 strength, so that's going to be very interesting to try out with the fact that he is 6'4". I'm not sure what body type he actually has in game, because that's obviously always very important. Seeing how body is pretty much everything in FIFA. That's why I don't really like Nakajima's card with those high-low work rates. Medium-low work rates, his body type is high and average. So he should have a pretty big body type in game then. Because high and average, I believe, is what Kolarov was, because that's what Footbin calls him. I don't really consider it an average build, but we're going to see what it's like in game, obviously. The way that we're going to be lined up in game with this team is going to look like this. So we're going to go ahead and put him in the striker position, obviously with balanced instructions, because you want to utilize his off-the-ball movement. What I'm actually going to do here is I have to tell him to stay forward, because this card has 80 stamina, so I never want him to come back at any point, because then it's just going to ruin the play in general. We're going to go ahead and switch Thiago Mendes off to the CDM position, Raul in the middle, Felipe Anderson on one side, and then Bolaja on the other side. Like I said, when it comes to a player like Joe, because he is medium-low work rates, you want to see what those work rates are going to be like up top, right? I believe Bolasie has similar work rates to this as well, and I really enjoy using Bolasie as a striker whenever I have the chance to. It's a good reason why I kept the card in regards to that. But yeah, we're gonna see how this card plays in game. Again, big. It has to be a big thing with on-the-ball movement. I feel like personally he's going to be a target man-oriented striker. I don't know exactly how it's going to work with him, but like I said, this is how we're lined up in the team. I don't know if I showed you guys because I just switched the screen right now. We are going to go ahead and buy an engine chemistry style instantly. You can see that it gives him the +10 for balance, +5 for agility, pace boost, passing boost in the general sense. His shooting is already good with the 4-star weak foot. So yeah, I'm just going to go get a engine chemistry style, and then we're going to go from there. Real pleasure to be here tonight. Yeah, so you could definitely tell he's a very heavy type player, but he is really big in game, so that height will definitely help him out a lot. It won't help him out in regards to dribbling, I don't think, but physical presence will be useful in other areas. He does seem like he's going to be a target man-oriented striker, but we're going to have to see what he moves like off the ball. Yeah, very, very sluggish in regards to that. That dribbling and balance is definitely going to be super noticeable in regards to doing turns and whatnot. Obviously, the gameplay's not up to par right now either, but you could definitely feel the characteristics of a player either way. Let's use his physical to his advantage right here. Nicely done. Nice little fake shot stop to get in position for the near post strike. He does have good shooting stats in the general sense where he has the shot power, he has the finishing. So again, the engine chemistry style is genuinely the only thing you can really give him. So you can't really maximize his shooting potential. But yeah, you definitely feel the sluggish dribbling a little bit. It's not like a huge nuisance of the card. It's not like Zé Luigi's card from FC Porto. So at least it doesn't feel like that. The thing about these cards, guys, is that like it doesn't necessarily mean that they're like really crap. They're just not necessarily meta. Because the game is kind of oriented around meta, that's what makes the cards kind of like not necessarily cards you'd want to use, you know? Just gonna play off this guy right here. Try to play off that guy a little bit. But yeah, that's definitely one of the things you'll definitely notice in the card, no matter what, is the dribbling not being necessarily up to par. That dribbling is fine when it's like a CDM position, but when it's a striker, you want them to be able to move very, very quickly, right? So, first time touch. Let's try a finesse shot from here. Not bad. Not bad. He was coming off of the touch as well, so his transition into the shot isn't going to be the greatest from there, but it was an okay shot. Touch from that angle. Okay. So from that angle, the reason why I want to try out that angle specifically is because those are the 90-degree angles. So the 90-degree angles, you have to judge the shooting itself. So because it's 93 finishing, 93 shot power, it's possible that he's going to hit those really nicely, right? So normally you'd want to take that extra little touch on the inside to make sure you hit that nicely, but it's good that you don't have to take that extra touch because of his dribbling being really poor or not up to par. It's good that he doesn't have to take that extra touch there. Should be open here for the opportunity. Scores that opportunity. Nicely done. Opponent's probably going to leave after that one. Yep. So we're going to play another game with him. So I'm not going to change anything with the card. The balanced instructions definitely makes the most sense. I have a very good idea of what the card is like, but I do want to play a little bit more with him because it's always fun to use the new cards in the game, obviously. So just going to play one more game and then we'll go from there.
How important it is to start off the game really quickly.
He positions himself well in the middle. He doesn't really make like weird off the ball movements, so his medium-low work rates are fine. Let's try a first-time shot with here. Okay. First-time shot. Makes sure that he puts it on his left foot instantly. Takes a good power strike. Good little finish there to the bottom right or middle right side of the net. That's a finesse shot under pressure. He didn't do too bad right there, to be honest with you. Nothing too bad there. A little touch right there. Cross body. Good finish as well. The card is actually... It's not bad. It's not bad. It's with the engine chemistry style, you can definitely help the dribbling a lot, right? It's just that, as you guys know, because of the gameplay situation especially, it's just not necessarily fully ideal to use a card like this. Like, for fun, for sure. Like, I'm enjoying using him because he's a new card. But just not in the general sense where... just not in the general sense where you want to be able to open up the pitch quickly. But he does have some pretty powerful strikes so far on his left foot. The good thing about Joe's card is that he's kind of like one of those strikers in real life that's just really good at doing the whole hold-up play situation, right? You know those strikers in real life like Olivier Giroud where they kind of like just hold up the play really nicely? You could see that on the bounce instructions. Joe definitely plays like a center forward for sure, like very, very similar to Giroud's play style. Which is again, it's not a bad thing. Because he's utilizing his physical aspect of his card, right? And his layoffs are pretty decent, especially with the engine chemistry style. You're going to be able to play that play style kind of nicely. Off the ball movement there is not too bad. Let's get a skill move off. Finish from that angle. Not bad. Not bad. Facing away from goal too, and he actually hits that quite nicely. Nicely done. Ball roll touch. With the skill move off. Back into position. Keep touching the ball. Use your physical aspect. There it is. Nice. Good physical. See, it's that hold-up play. It's being able to get the ball off him. That's going to be very hard to do, right? See what his off-the-ball movement is like here. Utilizes it really nicely. First-time shot. Does pretty well there. I didn't trigger that run, and he definitely utilized the empty space instantly. Good off-the-ball movement again. Ball roll touch. He's not that bad, guys. Like, the dribbling is noticeably low, but it's he's still a pretty good card. He's definitely, I would say he's like more than usable because the physical aspect of the card definitely helps out a lot. Little flick. Nicely done. Ran to it from here. Okay. Nice little finish right there. He pushed out his goalkeeper a tad bit, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go chip this. Alright guys, so final verdict on the card. It's usable, you know, it's nothing too special about the card, right? The thing about this card is that if you give him an engine chemistry style, you definitely will still notice the fact that he is 85 agility with 71 bounce because of the fact that he is 6'4". So don't expect super responsive dribbling from him, but it's also not terrible dribbling because normally when strikers have agility and balance like that, even with the engine chemistry style, it wouldn't help at all. But the thing that helps out this card a lot is obviously the boost for dribbling, ball control, and reactions, right? So he definitely plays more to his characteristics really nicely when he has the engine chemistry style on the card. The +5 for acceleration is helpful. He has a sprint speed, but you're not really going to use his sprint speed too often with him, in my opinion. Finishing, you didn't have to improve the finishing. There's long shots at 80, but I genuinely never really take long shots anyways. I don't know if long shots goes hand in hand with the finesse long shots as well. So I'm not really sure exactly how that works, but I know that the 93 finishing and 93 shot power inside the 18-yard box is actually quite nice. And then if you give him the engine chemistry style, like I said, you are boosting his passing stats as well, so his passing is quite usable. Strength was very noticeable with the card because of the fact that he is 6'4" with the body type of high average, so really good in that regard as well. The only instruction I would recommend using on this card is obviously stay forward. You don't want to waste his stamina because his stamina is at 80. It's a good card to have in a team just in case I need to do objectives in the future, because when I was doing the objective for this card, my Brazilian striker really sucked, but I know that if I use this card in the general sense, he'd be much better. But yeah, it's a fun card, guys. I'm not going to say that it's not a fun card because it is. It just sucks that the gameplay is the way that it is. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll try to get the other cards too, man. It's all a matter of finding a way to get them, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.